The air in our apartment was too still, like the world held its breath before a scream. I stood in the kitchen, the pink slip from my job crumpled in my fist, its edges biting into my palm. 3 years at the firm, and now, redundant. The word tasted like ash. I'd planned to tell Lena tonight, to lean on her like I always had, but her text from an hour ago clawed at me. We need to talk. Urgent. No kiss emoji, no warmth. Just those 4 words, sharp as a blade. I paced the hardwood floor, each step echoing in the quiet. The living room smelled of her lavender candles, their wicks burned low from last night's laughter. When we'd danced to old jazz records, her head on my chest, promising forever. Had that been a lie? My eyes caught the photo on the mantel. Us in Paris, her smile wide, my arm around her waist. I'd proposed that day. 2 years married, and now this. The key rattled in the lock. My heart lurched. Lena stepped in, her auburn hair catching the dim light, her navy coat damp from the drizzle outside. She didn't look at me, just kicked off her heels and dropped her bag by the door. "Evan," she said, her voice flat. "We can't keep doing this." "Doing what?" My throat tightened. I stuffed the pink slip into my pocket, the paper crinkling like a secret. "What's wrong, Lena?" She crossed her arms, her gaze fixed on the window where rain streaked the glass. "You're stuck. We're stuck. I need more than this." Her words were measured, like she'd rehearsed them. I waited for her to soften, to laugh it off like she did when we fought over dishes or bills. But her eyes were cold, distant, like a stranger's. "More than what?" My voice cracked. "I lost my job today, Lena. I was going to tell you. Is that what this is about? Money?" I hated how small I sounded, how the room seemed to shrink around her silence. She sighed, sharp and impatient. "It's not just money, Evan. It's you. You're not enough anymore." Her words landed like a slap, raw and stinging. I searched her face for the woman who'd cried when I proposed, who'd whispered she'd love me through anything. But her jaw was set, her lips a thin line. I stepped closer, desperate to bridge the gap. "Talk to me. What's changed? We were fine yesterday." My mind raced, replaying the past weeks. She'd been distant, sure, late nights at work, vague answers about her day. I'd chalked it up to stress. Her promotion had her working long hours, and I'd been proud, not suspicious. But now her phone buzzed on the counter, lighting up with a name, Mark. My stomach twisted. Mark, her coworker. The guy who'd sent her flowers as a joke last month. I'd laughed it off. Had I been blind? "Lena," I said, my voice low. "Who's Mark?" The question hung heavy like smoke. Her eyes flickered, just for a second, but it was enough. Guilt. I knew that look. "He's no one," she said too quickly, reaching for her phone. I grabbed it first, my fingers trembling. The screen showed a text, "Miss you already. Tonight?" My chest burned, like someone had poured gasoline on my heart, and struck a match. "Evan, give it back." Her voice was sharp now, panicked. She lunged, but I held the phone out of reach, scrolling. Messages flooded the screen. Weeks of them. "Can't stop thinking about you. When are you leaving him?" Each word carved deeper, shredding the life I thought we had. "You're cheating." The words felt foreign, like they belonged to someone else's story. "With him? How long, Lena?" My voice broke, raw with betrayal. She didn't answer, just stood there, her hands clenched. The silence was worse than any confession. I wanted to scream, to shake her, to make her feel the weight of my world collapsing. Instead, I sank onto the couch, the phone slipping from my hand. "Why?" I whispered. She finally looked at me, her eyes glistening but defiant. "You stopped trying, Evan. You're content with this small life. I want more. Mark gets that. He's going places." Her voice softened, but it wasn't kindness, it was pity. I didn't mean for it to happen. It just did. I laughed, a bitter, hollow sound. "It just did. You don't accidentally fall into someone else's bed, Lena." My mind flashed to the nights I'd cooked dinner, waiting for her to come home. The times I'd ignored her clipped responses, her locked phone. The signs were there, screaming, but I'd drowned them out with trust. "I'm sorry," she said, but it felt rehearsed, like a line from a script she'd practiced. "I didn't want to hurt you." "Then why didn't you talk to me?" I stood, my hands shaking. We're married, Lena. We vowed to fight for this. For us. My voice rose, cracking under the weight of my anger. Was it all a lie? Paris? The promises? She flinched, but her resolve didn't break. I meant it then. But things change. People change. She stepped toward the door, grabbing her bag. I need space, Evan. I can't do this right now. Don't you dare walk away. My voice was a growl, unfamiliar even to me. I blocked her path, my heart pounding. You owe me answers. How long have you been lying to my face? Her eyes narrowed, and for the first time, I saw something cruel in her. 6 months, she said, her voice cold. Since you started coasting, acting like everything was fine while I was drowning in this marriage. She pushed past me, her shoulder brushing mine like a stranger's. I'm staying at Mark's tonight. We'll talk tomorrow. The door slammed, and the apartment swallowed the sound. I stood frozen, the echo of her words ringing in my ears. 6 months. Half a year of lies, of her smiling at me while she planned her escape. I sank to the floor, the hardwood cold against my palms. The pink slip fell from my pocket, a cruel reminder of my failure. Not just at work, but as a husband. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. Time blurred. My phone buzzed with a voicemail from my boss, offering condolences and a severance package. I deleted it. Then I noticed Lena's scarf on the chair, the one she'd worn in Paris. I picked it up, the fabric soft and smelling of her. For a moment, I wanted to burn it, to erase every trace of her. But instead, I clutched it, my chest heaving with sobs I hadn't known I could cry. Then a knock. My heart leapt. Had she come back? I stumbled to the door, hope and rage warring inside me. But it wasn't Lena. It was a delivery guy, holding a small package. Evan Carter? He asked. I nodded, confused. He handed me a manila envelope, no return address. Inside was a USB drive and a note in unfamiliar handwriting. You deserve to know the truth. My hands shook as I plugged the drive into my laptop. A video loaded, grainy, but clear enough. Lena and Mark in a hotel room laughing, kissing. The timestamp. Our anniversary, 3 months ago. She'd said she was at a work conference. My stomach churned as the video played on. Their voices mocking the life I thought we had. I closed the laptop, my breath ragged. The betrayal wasn't just an affair. It was a calculated unraveling of everything I'd believed in. Lena hadn't just cheated. She'd rewritten our story, made me the fool in a script I hadn't seen. But the note burned in my mind. You deserve to know. Someone else knew. Someone wanted me to see this. I stood, the scarf still in my hand, and looked at the photo on the mantel. Her smile mocked me now. The rain outside had stopped, leaving the city too quiet, like it was waiting for my next move. I didn't know who sent the video or why. But one thing was clear. This wasn't over. Not yet.